Hey everyone, it's Nigel here, and what I'm about to do right now is a poetry reading. This poem is a poem that I never thought I'd be reading to anyone, let alone here on Facebook Live. And the reason that I'm reading this poem is because I was looking back on it, and this was a poem that I felt was interesting. And I'm like, I might read it at some point. Now, originally, in my poetry page, if for those of you who follow the poetry page, you may have expected some poetry yesterday, and I actually was gonna post this one, but I figured, I'd read it out loud for you guys. So, for those familiar with the poetry page, you might see stuff like this all the time. Hi, Auntie. Good to see you. So, you may see stuff like this all the time on my poetry page, and um, but this one is not like my other poems. For starters, this one rhymes. A lot of the poetry on my page doesn't really rhyme that much because oftentimes it doesn't need to, but this one does. And was this one is straight up from my point of view. So for those of you who follow my poetry page, something you may or may not have noticed is that not all of my poems come from my point of view. They may come from the point of view of someone else, someone who's onlooking, someone who's off to the side, not necessarily me. This is my point of view. And this is a poem that I wrote last year. And uh, a little bit of backstory on this poem. This was a poem that I wrote when I had a crush on someone, girl. And back then, the reason I was kind of nervous to even share this poem with anyone because I was like, "Oh, this poem is super personal. I don't want to read it." But now looking back on it, I'm like, "Dang, I really wrote this. I was really in my feelings." But so I'm gonna read it for you guys here, and this poem is very romantic. Like, there's a lot of romance sort of poured into this one. It's because I had such an emotional connection to this person as a crush. And now that's not always a good idea, but especially because I ended up getting rejected. It happens. But also, what was I gonna say? Also, it is very gushy. It's very like almost lovey-dovey. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. So, the name of this poem is called "Beautiful Soul," and it goes like this: The face of an angel, and a voice so sweet, as her voice echoes through my mind. Apprehension fills my bones, as I feel that I'm almost out of time. Sorry about that, just an issue with my mic. Beautiful hair, beautiful eyes, beautiful soul, as she majestically moves about. She is the concept of beauty personified. Of that, there is no doubt. Butterflies in my stomach and moths in my head, as this beautiful soul has me starstruck. But will she be mine? I'll have to carefully test my luck. Knees trembling like an earthquake is happening as I play this love game. What makes this situation even better? She knows my name. She knows who I am and what I do, and that I wait for the day that life will truly start. But despite all of our conversations and situations, she doesn't know all the contents of my heart. I am known for my silver tongue and quick wit, and for not being violent. But when it's time to tell her my feelings, why do I suddenly become silent? They say that love is in the air, and I may have caught a case. But will I walk through the doorway to love, or will the door slam in my face? This weight of my feelings hurts my chest, as I don't know how to reveal my heart. I feel happy when we're together, and lonely when we are apart. I am in love with her, and my feelings truly are to blame. But there is one crucial question that must be answered. Does she feel the same? Will she tell me that she loves me and how deep in love she fell? Or will I be renewing my stay for the night at the Heartbreak Hotel? Heart and soul, and leave me without bliss? Or will I embrace that beautiful soul as we share a tender kiss? So that was it. And Back then, it was very emotional, very outpouring of emotion for me. But looking back now, it's kind of funny. The poem a little bit that had I had such a strong feeling and such a strong sort of bond that I thought was going to last a while with this person, but that didn't end up becoming. And so, but that's life lesson learned. But thank you for tuning in. This was a bit brief, so I may turn this into a regular thing. I'm not sure yet. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all later.